Hey guys, welcome to my new series. So, I will be playing the Rigmore of Cyrodiil mod. That mod by far is my favorite mod in the whole wide world.
You trying mercenary work?
Like,
Might suit you.
I don't know. This was the first mod to be able to, like, that lets you go to the Imperial City, and that's just, like, amazing. I don't know.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
So first thing we're gonna do, oh shit, is once you download the mod, you will instantly get a note. So, let's read it. Meet me at the Bannered Mare. I have some important news. Take a seat by the door and I will come over once you arrive. A friend. Alright. So yeah, this mod is like... It's 4 years... 4 years, I think? 4 years after the Rigmore of Bruma mod. Or it takes place 4 years after, anyways. Also, if you're doing this mod, I recommend doing it with a high-level player. Or an endgame player. You have to have at least beaten the main quest, or...
Greetings, Dragonborn. You don't know the trouble I've had finding you. Got a letter here for you. Special delivery. What is it?
Tendril Sethri, thief, disciple, messenger, mage, landlord, and now courier? How long's it been?
Too long, Dragonborn. Too long. I'd say by a whisker, 4 years.
So if you've been sent to find me, this delivery must be special indeed.
For your eyes only. Straight from Bruma. Don't suppose you've heard what's been going on in Cyrodiil these last couple of years?
I've had my handful in Skyrim, to be honest with you.
Not heard from young Rigmore then?
Not a word. I'm guessing this letter's from her?
Not this one. Although I do know Rigmore did try to write.
Well, I never received anything. I just assumed she moved on with her life.
Yeah, well, the letters never got returned. So it's worth checking out if they're buried at the border post somewhere. You'll have to go there anyway to acquire the pass from the official.
Border post?
That's what they sent me. You'd better read this.
Dragonborn, if you are reading this, then we have at last managed to find you. You must have heard of the recent events in Cyrodiil, and although some stability has returned, freedom has not. We must speak in private, and certain names have been omitted in this correspondence, but I am sure you know to whom I am referring. She did try to write you, but you could not be located and gave up on ever seeing you again. I don't think she ever got over losing you, but she is fine and well and has moved on. You know her. Never one to sit still. Always looking for trouble if it doesn't find her first. And trouble has found her. Of course she just waves it off, talks tough. And I do realize you have moved on with your life. But I have no choice but to contact you for help. We fear she is in grave danger, Dragonborn. Please come to visit us at our residence so we can talk further. Show the border guards the official pass. Sigyn of Bruma.
What kind of crap has she gotten herself into this time?
These days, with the border locked down, it's near impossible to get anything through. You must get the official border pass to enter Cyrodiil. If anyone tells you otherwise or offers a way over for coin, be wary of them. Very wary. As if you decide to respond, of course.
Don't worry, I'll get the pass.
Must be like a blast from the past, right?
Have you seen Rigmore lately? Do you know what she's been getting on?
Yeah, well, all will be revealed, Dragonborn. All will be revealed.
Why is it that my stomach churns every time you say that?
Let's see. Foreboding?
That's it, yes, foreboding. As in something bad's about to happen.
I'm sure it's nothing you can't handle. Must be important, seeing as you ain't had no contact with anyone from back then in a few. Just keep your weapon in your pocket and try not to whip it out. You'll be fine.
You're joking, right?
Cyrodiil ain't like here. They's all civilised. Got a big thing about it apparently. But something ain't right. I can feel it in my water light. There was nothing civilised about what I saw crossing the border.
What'd you see, Sethry?
Just you make sure that you keep a cool head. You'll see.
So tell me, what have you been up to these last few years?
Oh, bit of this, bit of that. Still living at the old farmhouse on the lake. I tried renting one of the rooms to make a bit of coin, but they don't stay long. I don't know why.
Oh, I can think of a few reasons.
As it happens, I'm going on a kind of pilgrimage to Winterhold, to the shrine of my mistress Azura. There's a pretty young thing there has took a bit of a shine to me. Arania, her name is. So I'll be taking my leave and seeing as how far I can get my feet under the table with Missy and Nith and try warming her up a bit. With a bit of luck, I'm hoping to coax her down from the mountain and into my little old farm.
Well, good luck with that. It's good to see you again, Sethry.
Likewise, Dragonborn. Likewise. It's good to see you too again, my friend. Now then, my part in this is done, and I have a date with Destiny. So until next time, Dragonborn.
Alright, so let's travel to the border post.
What is it?
Yeah, first mod that let me cross the border that I played was Rigmore, Beyond Skyrim, Bruma. And I was watching one of Epic Nate's videos or whatever, and he had like videos of him flying through the Imperial City, but like in Skyrim's engine, and I was like, what the fuck's this mod? Rigmor of Bruma, or Rigmor of Cyrodiil. So, I don't know. I think this mod's freaking cool, but you guys can be the judge of it.
Hey, here's another one. What a beauty. Looking across the border, friend.
I'm here to
The
collect an
price
official
of
pass.
100 gold. No need for that. Could take hours. A few coin and you'll be over the border in no time.
Is this a shakedown?
Nah, I'm just trying to do you a favor, friend.
Oh yeah, a favor.
Sarmenti, my dear, please, I'm trying my best. Hopefully I can get a new appointment somewhere else in the Empire.
Well, your best is not enough. We have been stuck out here for nearly 2 years. How much longer do I have to put with those beasts outside?
Everything is going to be just fine.
The way they look at me, it's only a matter of time. What are you going to do about it? I'm in fear for my life.
Oh, Sarmenti. Oh, who's this? Are you in need of some assistance? Well met.
I'm here to collect an official border pass to cross the border into Cyrodiil.
Ah, you must be... one moment.
Just sat beside the chair.
Yes, Captain Grimwald of the Bruma garrison informed us you would probably be coming. No one gets into Cyrodiil without an official pass. This one is signed by the House of Bruma. Be sure to show it to the new Imperial Guards when asked.
Nice.
Yes?
New Imperial Guards.
Have you not heard? A lot of changes have recently occurred in Cyrodiil. The Emperor is very serious on immigration control and is quite ruthless in his implementation of zero tolerance. To not be in possession of an official document can be, how shall we say, fatal?
Well, the guards outside didn't seem so serious. Even offered to open the gate for coin.
Those guards are nothing more than criminal scum and people traffickers. They would wave you through for coin knowing how it would end, like it has for so many others. Those poor souls.
Want me to take care of them?
Let's just say I have seen them letting whole families through the gates. Men, women, children. All hoping for a new life, only to end up bloody, frozen rags in the snow. It's quite sad. They are actually meant to be here to turn away the economic migrants and protect me as a diplomatic service. The new Imperial Border Guards are, shall we say, more robust in their duties. Hence the pass. Your friends had good cause to make sure you adhere to the official channels.
Is there anything else I should know before I leave?
Cyrodiil is a civilized province. Acts of aggression against any citizen are met with extreme prejudice. In some cases, entire families can be held responsible by the actions of one. As you now officially represent the House of Bruma, need I go on?
Sounds a bit extreme if you ask me.
Of course, you can defend yourself, and people do carry weapons in case of the odd renegade or wild animal. But you'll find those inconveniences virtually eradicated apart from the border regions, so please act accordingly to the law. Before you leave, do you require any further assistance?
I was told you might have some letters here for me.
Do you know the name of the sender?
Rigmore. Rigmore of Bruma.
One moment.
Dude, you literally got one job. Don't understand why he wouldn't have just sent the letters.
Here's one. Dated mid-2002, almost 4 years ago. Let me check to see if there's any more in the back room.
This is where my tax money goes.
Hey, Dragonborn. It's so weird being back in Bruma again. I was trying to figure out how long it had been since me and Mom were taken from our home. Must be about 5 years, but it seems like a lifetime. Things are totally so different now, but Bruma is just how I remembered it. Life within the keep is taking a bit getting used to. The Great Hall is really intimidating and freaks me out. But I'm trying so hard to meet the demands expected of me. As a countess? Yeah, right. Did you know Malisam is here? He's such a total ass. It's my duty to protect the descendants of blah blah blah, and is always totally in my face. At least Carice has my back. We've become quite close lately, and I don't know what I would do without her. She's so cool. There's this old guy here called Friathoff, a scholar. He used to tutor the late Countess's daughter, and now tutors me, don't laugh, on etiquette and how to be more ladylike. Whatever. Like, Countess Rigmore of Bruma. I still think of you and miss you so much. I know I was way too clingy. I hope that isn't why you haven't come to see me already. I didn't mean those things I said, and I hope you don't hold that against me and come visit me soon. I would really like that. Have to go now. They're calling me to the hall to sort out some dog and chicken thing. A local dispute, as is part of my duties. Don't leave it too long, Dragonborn. It's been too long already. Love always, Rigmore.
I like how they, like, read the letters and shit.
Here we go.
Nice little touch.
There's just one more dated early 203.
Dear Dragonborn, thanks for blanking my
Dragon
last
boar.
letter. If you can't be bothered to come down to see me, then at least write back. How hard is that? You are so not going to believe this, but the crap has totally hit the fan over here in Cyrodiil. Some badass bandit king has taken the Citadel, and I've been advised by Freathoth and Malisam to declare Bruma a free city. They totally burned and trashed Leyawen, and the nobles are all bummed out, calling for a peace treaty as I write. If you try to come over the border, be careful. The whole of Cyrodiil is pretty much in a state of anarchy. Everyone's running around like headless chickens. It's actually quite invigorating, and I'm loving it. Malisam had to sit down due to heart palpitations. He was like, oh. I totally cried laughing. Oh, poor Carice. Although I would feel a lot safer if you were around, how's the dragon thing going? We don't get much news out here, but rumor is you saved the world again, right?
Dragonborn, when are you going to come and save me? You said you were going to come get me. Are you letting me go? I'll understand if that's what you want, but you need to let me know. I'm in a kind of limbo with nowhere to turn. If I don't hear from you after you get this letter, I'll know where I stand, but I want you to know I will never forget you, and I will always love you. Rigmore.
Those letters are years old. She must think I ignored them. Why were they not returned?
There's been a lot of changes, especially over these last few years. We received a lot of undelivered correspondence dating back years when we set up this border post. You must remember the last letter was sent during a most unsettling time. The good news is Cyrodiil is experiencing growth and stability since the new administration. More so after the expulsion of the Thalmor and the possible reinstation of the Nine throughout the Empire. I am sure your stay will be most pleasant and enlightening. And there's one more thing. This was left for you too.
Azura's Bane. Probably won't use it.
What is it? Well met.
So, what's the next step?
Are you ready to continue?
After I've killed these guards.
Ahem. I think I've forgotten something out back. Would you excuse me for a moment?
Yeah, these guys are assholes, so.
Well. Look who's back. No pass, huh? Well, for you, the price has just doubled to 200 gold.
Bro, I could literally destroy you.
You be careful with that fire.
Funny how his voice just changed. I think it's wrong you sending all those people over the border to their death.
Are you making some kind of joke?
No, really. Women, children, you must be very proud of yourselves.
You got some balls talking to us like that, friend. My advice to you is to turn around and walk back the way you came. After all, a man's gotta make a living.
Well, he ain't moving, fellas.
Yes?
Some folks don't want to listen to good advice.
Dying ain't much of a living.
Well, cry me a river.
Neither should it come.
Noob.
Yes?
Okay, now I'm ready.
So many raids these days from Redguard nomad raiders. I'll make an official report and have this mess cleaned up.
And what a
Please follow me.
shame.
Show the pass to the new Imperial guards on the Cyrodiil side of the border. Keep it safe. You'll need it to travel freely between the provinces. One more thing. Whatever you see down there on the border, please remain calm and remember what I said about who you represent now. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, and I think this mod is compatible with Beyond Skyrim Bruma. Because, like, with this, it doesn't really use the main gate. So. Alright. So, one thing I found weird about this mod is that you can't spawn your, like, Arvac or the Daedric horse. It just doesn't let you. I don't understand why. But they leave this horse out for you, so. And this is the camp that you were at with Rigmore there before, at the end of Beyond, or Rigmore of Bruma, holy fuck. Too many mods. I might redo my Rigmore of Bruma playthrough because I don't know. The shit I had for recording and everything just wasn't very good back then, so.
The border's closed. What business do you have here?
I'm here to visit Bruma on an official border pass. And
Let me see.
official business, I have a pass, blah.
Okay, all seems in order. But I should warn you to keep your weapons sheathed, and any acts of violence will be met with the full force of the law. You may, of course, defend yourself if you are attacked, but those are the rules. Open the gates.
Oh yeah, this is a full custom soundtrack too. It's really good.
Move along quickly. There's nothing here that concerns you.
Apparently. Alright. Yeah, most of the songs are roughly based on Oblivion. But like they got their own little twist there. I don't know. Except for this, obviously, because it's the Rigmore theme, I guess. It's got a bunch of Easter eggs too, like that's the site of the Great Gate from Oblivion. Then the Oblivion Gate that you go in with Captain Bird. Yeah, I think I was supposed to talk to this guy.
Welcome to the free city of Bruma.
I have a pass.
No need for that here, friend.
Here to see the Countess.
Go through the gate, turn right, and follow the road to the blacksmith. There's a stable there if you need one. Go up some stone steps, the keep is right in front of you. You can't miss it. Welcome to Bruma.
I think the music's getting a little loud here. Okay. I hear you, alright? Yeah, if you haven't played this mod, just download it and play it. Like, what are you doing?
Halt! What is your business here?
I'm here to speak with the Countess.
You'll be lucky. She's never here. Better off checking the tap and tack.
Guardian General. Guardian General,
It's been some time since I was called that, soldier.
I was with you at the Battle of Whiterun, Cassius Legion, wounded in battle.
Those were dark times. You have my respect.
Aye, General. It was an honor and a privilege to serve under you. But, as my friend says, Milady Rigmore is not with him.
Actually, I'm here to see Sigyn.
Why didn't you say, Bass General?
You don't have to have played Rigmore of Bruma or you don't have to have downloaded Rigmore of Bruma, but
The Emperor would like to know, no, he demands to know, why the Countess has not made the time to attend. As you can see by my own presence here today, it's absolutely imperative that she does.
I am sorry, Lord Chancellor. I will make sure the Countess learns of the urgency to attend.
One might begin to think the Countess is avoiding her duties to the Empire. One might think Lady Sigyn has become the Countess in waiting, while her daughter...
Enough! Lord Chancellor, mind your tone and manners. Please inform the Emperor the Countess will be
Stupid dog.
forthcoming. I shall personally make sure she attends as soon as possible.
Please do. I would hate to have to find and escort her to the palace myself. I think you understand the gravity of this needless situation only too well. You have 1 week from today to comply. Good day, Lady Sigyn.
Okay, so farmers chicken.
Dragonborn!
Grease. I knew you'd be here.
We have an obligation to protect and serve the descendants of Morgan of Winterhold.
Of course. Sigyn asked me to come here.
Lady Sigyn is in parley. Come, we can wait in the cabinet room.
I what's common? Common. Pay him back, my lady. That's a lie. He's let them chickens run their wild. They came over my fence, my lady.
How many chickens are we talking about?
That'd be 6 chickens, my lady. Worth 6 centimes, please. It ain't my fault, my lady. When he got those 6 centimes, the yarn she recently let her own mother.
Enough! Jimmy, listen to me carefully. If I hear of your dog again, it will cease
Well met.
Just stand around.
Understand?
It's court protocol until Lady Sigyn asks us to sit.
Take 6 seconds from the court first and
Fun.
contact the plaintiff.
As you wish.
Dragonborn! Thank the gods you came! How many years now? Well
Too
met.
many. I got your letter, Sigyn.
She did write you, you know, but we could never find you.
How is she?
She's fine, you know Rigmore. When we first arrived, it took some time to get used to our new lives. She didn't take too well to living here in the keep. Our old house is now her apartment. I have been left to attend to the more mundane courtly duties, with the help of court advisor Malisam and Master Freathoff.
Ah, Guardian, alive and well. I am so pleased to make your acquaintance once again.
Well, Sam, I take it you've settled well?
I seem to have a preference for cold, wintry places, We feel right at home here, don't we, Carice? Please let me introduce you to Master Freofoff, a scholar and court mage to the Countess.
I have heard so much about you, Guardian. It's good to finally meet you at long last.
Come, let's sit. Help yourselves to refreshments.
I shall drink from my empty cup. Ah, fucking Skyrim.
Well met.
Sigyn, what's this all about? And who was that back there?
Martin Blackwell, Lord Chancellor to the Emperor.
Why are you so wrongly?
A very dangerous man, Guardian. He heads a very secretive and powerful spy network. Former Lord Chancellor to Titus Mead II, and now does the bidding of the new dynasty.
So he supports this usurper?
His loyalties lie in the sworn oath to protect and serve the imperial throne, no matter whose behind rests upon it. He became bitter after failing to find Titus Mead II, leaving a rather long and bloody trail behind him.
Whoops.
He blames the Dark Brotherhood and utterly crushed the underground ring here in Cyrodiil. But he is cruel and devious, and we have good cause to fear him.
What does all this have to do with Rigmore?
Before he can be coronated, the Emperor needs Rigmore to sign the noble decree.
Yes. Our bandit king is to bestow upon himself the title of Titus Mead III. Rigmore has yet to sign it, but to do so, she would have to enter the nest of vipers. I cannot be sure whether they know of Rigmore's true ancestry. If they do, she would be considered a pretender to the imperial throne.
Satyrs is a common bandit. Although very powerful, he is no noble. As far as we know, Titus Mead II left no living heir. As the noble houses of Cyrodiil bickered and argued, Satyrs took the throne by right of combat. As Titus Mead I took the throne from Thules 200 years ago. Rigmore's ancestral link to Titus Mead I puts her in grave danger if Satyrs were to find out.
If all she does is have to sign this document, so be it. But we cannot let her go alone. However much I hate what has happened to Cyrodiil, this bandit king becoming emperor by right of combat, we cannot change that, and don't want to. When the war happened, Cepheus sent envoys. We told them Bruma was a free city. We wanted no trouble. I didn't want a repeat of what happened to Leowyn.
It was virtually razed to the ground. Half the populace to the sword in a shining example of the ruthlessness of our new liege. All the nobles, including ourselves, took a chance of amnesty, laid down our arms, and signed the white gold settlement of the year 203 of the Fourth Era. We were left as a free city only until recently. Cepheus now wants us to sign the noble decree as well. Apparently he needs it to legally become part of the Mead dynasty. Bruma is, after all, part of Cyrodiil and the Empire.
This Cepheus. What of him? Bandit King, you say?
Freofoff.
He was always causing problems here in Cyrodiil. After the disappearance of Mead II, his bandit army grew so big not even the legions could contain it.
His army would attack and plunder at will. The imperial court, in absence of the emperor, sent for General Quintus Vitalis of the Northern Army. By the time Quintus arrived, it was all but over. Cepheus had marched into the imperial city with some 5,000 men. Quintus could not cross the bridge.
The imperial court surrendered the city. Quintus was sent with the Northern Legion to the Hammerfell border to protect Anvil, effectively stopping Red Guard nomad bandits from the Brenner River area. You see, Guardian, now there is peace in Cyrodiil. What was destroyed is being rebuilt. There are no raids and attacks on the counties anymore. The bandit army became overnight the new Imperial army. Our only concern is Rigmore's welfare.
But by her nobility, Rigmore is now caught up in this ridiculous power play. We just want her to sign the document and return home. But as Jonte says, if they know, she might not return at all, and we cannot risk the chance that they do.
Don't worry, I'll escort Rigmore to the palace. Where is she?
If only I knew. I'll let Jonte fill you in on the current situation with my daughter. I must apologize, Dragonborn. I'm so tired and must retire.
You look
Once
it.
you've finished here, Carice will show you to your room.
Malisam?
Ah, yes, the errant countess. Rigmore is a law unto herself. I had hoped she might someday take responsibility for her newfound position, but it's not going to happen anytime soon, is it? Really? I'm afraid.
Still a rebel at heart?
You could put it that way, Guardian, but she seems happy when she does grace us with her presence. Of late, she's been spending her time between the Tap and Tack Ale House and the Roxy Inn. The latter is a mile south of this side of Lake Rumar.
I'd hoped she'd found what she was looking for.
If she does frequent Bruma, she abodes at her apartment behind the cathedral, 5th house along from the inn in the lower quarter, or the Tap and Tack. You might try there first. Ask about. She keeps unruly company, and of late has been in the company of Count Leowin's son, Robert de Medalius.
Robert de Medalius?
After the sacking of Leowin, the murder of the Count and his family, Cepheus placed one of his trusted henchmen in the Count of Leowin's place. Robert is his son. Sigun and I tried to advise Rigmore that he is not of noble character. We had hoped to match her with the Count of Coral's son, and she took absolutely no notice whatsoever, and did as she always does. Her own thing, essentially.
You'd better be taking good care of her.
Guardian, as long as she's happy, or as happy as can be considering her traumatic past, we are happy too. However you feel or felt for Rigmore, and I do know you became close, you were, after all, a guardian. Time moves on. But there's something else.
Go on.
Ariel Cepheus is a weak emperor. He is not the true power behind the throne. If it were a simple case of escorting Rigmore to the Imperial Court to simply sign the document, I would have sent an escort from the Bruma garrison, which would have sufficed. As you know, as a disciple of my beloved mistress, I have certain privileges and insight, and there is indeed a very real concern Rigmore would be in danger at the court.
What are you trying to tell me, Malisam?
We believe Cepheus' wife is a daughter of Cold Harbor.
I knew one of them.
Rumors are she is 300 years old, yet her skin maintains a likeness akin to that of porcelain.
We believe she is behind Cepheus's rise from the bandit ranks, and ultimately responsible for the usurpation of the imperial throne.
Daughter of Cold Harbor?
Yes, a vampire. My mistress thinks so. As far as we know, she is never seen in daylight at all.
Have children been disappearing here in Cyrodiil?
I think Friafoff is better informed to explain further.
There used to be many years ago, but it stopped all of a sudden after the
After me.
catastrophe.
Continue, Friafoff. It's all right. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Friafoff was tutor to the former Countess of Bruma, Guardian, and can also explain the terrible manner in which position became available.
Freythoff?
For many years I had served the former Count and Countess of Bruma, and schooled their only child, a daughter, in the ways of nobility, etiquette, and math. The Countess lost her husband in a riding accident when... I can't bring myself to say her name. One night, Sophia just disappeared. Oh, we searched. I never gave up. But as the weeks turned into months, the poor Countess became withdrawn. She lost the will to live and died of a broken heart. When Milady Rigmore arrived, she told me all about what had befallen her in Skyrim, how you had rescued Sorella, and how a similar thing that happened to Sophia happened to Sorella. That she, too, had bad dreams, heard voices calling her. I wish I'd taken more notice of the poor child. But that you rescued Sorella after an encounter with a coven of witch devils.
It didn't work out for them.
After investigating the disappearance of children in Cyrodiil, it stopped altogether about the time the coven was destroyed.
Same time as the rise of the Bandit King?
Sophia was the last. I fear I must also retire. Recalling this terrible event has taken its toll.
Can we trust that guy?
Oh, no doubt at all, Guardian. Rigmore's arrival saved him. They get along very well indeed, and she is rather fond of him. She rarely speaks to me, though, or her mother, if she does come to the castle. She thinks we meddle too much in her life. But she will confide in Friafoff.
Finding Rigmore all of a sudden has become more urgent.
There must be more to this. Dark sets of events, Guardian. Something that eludes us. To have such powers of recalling, it all ties into my suspicions, but Cepheus is not an uncommon name. We could, of course, be completely and utterly wrong.
If all has gone quiet, where did they go? Why stop now?
I'll have to conduct some investigations. Hammerfell would be a good starting point. After all, a brood mother must have a brood, and fledglings cannot help but make a lot of noise. I would advise you to rest for a while. If there are more sinister reasons to what's behind the Imperial throne, it certainly won't be anything to do with a young errant know-it-all. But we can't take the chance they know of her ancestry.
You did the right thing, sending for me.
Keris will show you to your room. I must bid you good night.
Curries.
Follow me, Dragonborn. It's so good to see you again. Malasam prefers the college to the keep, but I actually like it here. The college is all I've ever known, mostly. And I still go there sometimes, but the keep feels so much more secure.
Yeah, a picture of the Countess of Bruma from Oblivion.
This way, Dragonborn. This is the Lord's Hall. Malasan and I share the same room in the lower part of the living quarters, along with 3 above. But we do have a special room reserved for important guests in the upper quarters. Lady Sigun resides here. The rooms are right next to Lady Rigmore's room. Dragonborn, it's going to be hard for her when she sees you again. Don't think you can just walk back into her life and begin where you left off. Well met.
How is she?
She's fine. But lately it's been difficult for her to settle down.
This situation with Robert?
Why does he concern you?
This is where you get to choose like what path you took in Rigmor of Bruma, so...
Dragonborn, it's been a long time and people move on. She did try to write, and it was hard for her to let you go. She depended on you. She loved you with all her heart. But now she is happy again and is finding her own way, however that way may be. If you really love her, really in your heart, you will accept her how she is now.
I know what you're saying, but I can't let it go. We had something special.
Rigmore told me she was intimate with you. But you must let her go. And gods forbid you tell anyone. You must never tell anyone. Not Malasam, Sigun, no one. It doesn't work that way anymore. She's nobility,
Jesus
and
Christ.
she is with Bobby now.
Just her face. I'm gonna kick his butt.
Dragonborn, he really is a nice, charming man. He tries. Although she can be a handful, he's good for her. Please don't ruin it.
Maybe you're right.
Go to the Tap and Tack and speak to Colin. He's the barkeeper there. If there are any rumours to be had, he is the one to talk to. He might be able to help you. Failing that, take this key to Rigmore's apartment. If she's not there, you might find some clues as to where she is.
Alrighty. Yeah, they really did a good job with this mod. There's a lot of references too, and some people probably won't get if you haven't dug into the lore at all. One thing I dislike is that they took the champion statue away there. Should be right here. But minor things. Okay, let's go to the Tap and Tack.
Yes? Got something to say?
Get you anything?
I'm looking for Rigmore. I was told you might be able to help me.
Rigmore, huh? Saw her about a week ago. She came in here with that Leowin boy. What's his name again? Oh yeah, Robert. There was a bit of a scuffle with some of the locals and his bodyguards.
Bodyguards?
Yeah, he doesn't go anywhere without them. One is a huge ox called Grom, a Nord. The other is a sly little fellow, would knife you in the back without a second thought. They call him Tiny. I told Milady Rigmore that it would be best to leave. She paid for any damage and they left. Haven't seen her since.
I was hoping she was keeping out of trouble.
That girl? She's a wildcat. Hardly surprising with what she's been through.
Do you know her well?
Watched the kid grow up. The family was well respected in Bruma. When they took them all away, it was quite a shock. No one heard anything for years. Then just a little after the count fell off his horse, she returned. Deeds, titles, the whole shebang. The whole city turned out. That was a day to remember.
So she didn't take too well to her newfound role?
She just wanted to be like everyone else. I know recently she moved out of the keep and now stays at her apartment. It's just around the corner. She doesn't go there often though, but it's worth a try. Out the door, 5th house on the left.
I'll check that out. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. Don't forget, if you want to taste some fine ales, this is the place to visit.
Alright. So, I think I'm gonna leave this video here. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button and subscribe. Peace.
Ah, come visit again, or I'll pluck out your eyes!